real estate. I've am blessed that I don't need to do that anymore, but I
Okay.
have an office. So I want to be a good leader and trainer for them. And I also am really teaching a lot of Zoom things, the real estate CE and some of the NAR designations and stuff. That has, I've got all of that I can do. And so I want to really notch it up, Leslie. So that's what I'm looking for, is to that training, that coaching, the setting people free to be who they're supposed to be instead of putting them in a box.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to learn a script. You know, that kind of trying to get away from that stuff. I'm still on the real estate commission, so, and just got reappointed for another 4 years. So in my area of expertise, that gives me a lot of street cred.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really have got an opportunity here, an age and stage in life for the next few years, to do as much as I possibly can towards this, you know, really encouraging my agents and the people that I teach statewide.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So what I'm understanding is this course and this information is really to kind of elevate and utilize your presence more as an educator and expert in the industry.
Yes,
That
correct.
perfect. All right, cool. So this goes along perfectly your signature archetype. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, your alchemist brand appeals to those who are desiring something in their lives to be magically transformed, which everyone is wanting to be magically transformed.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
They crave change
Absolutely.
in areas important to them and want you to make it easy for them to reach their goal. This is the essence of making change feel magical. They love anything that feels new or amazing and are attracted to things mystical or ancient in origin. They will look to you to help them realize their dream, give them a clear vision, or help them see a new possibility. Make sure your branding takes a specific desire and presents it in a way that feels transformational. Everyone wants to feel wowed by something magical, and your alchemist brand is ideal for helping people feel what that what they want is possible. So I think this is spot on.
Oh, absolutely. Spot
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I
Spot
love
on.
that. And then, okay, so now let me read to you how we're going to separate the two, sorry. Okay, how to resolve a scoring tie.
Okay.
Okay, so the Branding with Archetypes assessment is a highly accurate tool that we use to determine what the primary motivator and characteristics are for your business. But because we're human beings, it also means we're incredibly complex creatures. Sometimes we can have more than one archetype tied for one of those top two positions. Now, in your case, yours are in the top or in the second positions. So
Right. Influencing.
yes, exactly. Um, so if you have a tie, you can use what I'm about to share with you to resolve the tie.
Okay.
So it says, so let's see here. Okay, let's say, okay, so, sorry, I'm just trying because
No,
it's
you take your time.
not the top two. So excuse me right here. Okay, a tie happens because one or more archetypes is strongly represented. So It simply means that both of those archetypes are strongly and equally represented for your business. It means that both of those archetypes have equal power and influence over you. It also means that your business brand, soul, and strengths can be a little more complex because there is more than one archetype strongly present. And likewise, it means the challenges of both archetypes are both strongly present. So, okay, so let me find the exact question. I'm so sorry. You taking that?
You're not gonna leave that door open for long, are you?
No. I'm
Promise?
good. Yeah. Okay.
By the way, Mariah helped me a lot the other day.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she was really good.
Oh, good. Okay, so one more thing I want to make sure that you know, when you're to share the tie resolving question is this. For each of us, our number one archetype has the most significance because it is the driving personality regarding our business brand. It represents our greatest gifts and also greatest challenges for our business, which really means our greatest opportunity for growth, contribution, and empowerment. The more we stretch to fulfill the destiny of our top archetype, the more whole, authentic, empowered, and extraordinary our business becomes. This gives us the opportunity to break free past limitations and imprinting and to move forward with power, purpose, and passion as we become the leaders of our business. So here is the resolving question so you can make a choice that is the most fully in alignment with how you want to brand your business. Everyone's goal with their business is to create financial success and spiritual fulfillment. For each of the archetypes that are tied, we're going to read the spiritual contract, which we're going to go into.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then you're going to answer this question. Which one will empower you the most to stretch and grow into your full brilliance?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you read me the spiritual thing for artists?
Yes. So we're going to go into that one now. Oops, hold on. I'm reading the wrong one. Doop, doop, doop. Too many things open here. I know it gets a little complex sometimes with these, but then
Right.
afterwards we go into the archetype of your client, which was
Oh, great. Okay, good.
yeah. Okay, so this one here. So let's go into, where are you, little artist? Okay, so the artist is, okay, I'm gonna share the screen. Can you see that one?
Yes.
Okay. So the artist to confidently honor self-expression. The artist's drive to reimagine the ordinary and turn it into the extraordinary is fueled by a deep desire to make things different than they are. Their imagination and unwillingness to conform is the catalyst for innovation and a never-ending stream of possibility. What we see as simple clumps of clay, bits of paint, canvas, bricks, and mortar, or untapped potential, the artist sees as unlimited potential to transform our human experience. Their love of beauty, design, and creativity can be expressed in any form, from great art to redesigning everyday tasks, objects, and recreating our lives. The artist lifts us up and gives us permission to create not only how we see our world, but who we are in it as well.
Okay, that when you read it, that has some strong appeal.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you could, I mean, basically, like, your students are these lumps of clay.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Is kind of how I read that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and then the next one was ruler.
They really are so different. It totally threw me.
That is so wild. I love that. Okay, so now, okay, can you see this one now? Oh, sorry, let me share the screen. There we go. Okay. To create order, peace, and prosperity. The ruler's mission is to create structure so others can prosper. Though often quiet, they are commanding, authoritative, and have little patience for ambiguity. The ruler archetype appeals to our desire to feel important, in control, and in charge. Ruler brands help us become the king, queen, or goddess of our domain. When the ruler can seem domineering or autocratic, their true gift is in empowering leadership, prosperity, and success in others.
You know, this is so crazy, but I think artist really is closer to, in the big picture, Leslie. I am really good at empowering people. I mean, I truly am very good at that. And I love to feel important. I mean, I would, if you clap, you don't have to pay me. I mean, I know myself. I love applause. So that desire to feel important is very, very, very strong in me. But commanding, authoritative, and little patience for ambiguity,
And often quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm comfortable with them bringing a couple of extra chunks to the table, you know, the lumps of clay and the gift of empowering leadership, prosperity, and success in others, because those, I think, blend well with helping people to see the potential they could have if they are true to themselves. And it's very much what you're doing.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, reading, I mean, artist pegs me like a T. It's
Yeah.
Even, you know, even though I have to run a business and all that, but it's, yeah, and a ruler is very much, a ruler is definitely someone that, you know, they make people money. They have this vision, and this also class, brand, you know, they tend to be very much like always go for the best.
Right.
That kind of thing. And which could be very much, you know, perhaps if you were looking at just selling real estate, might be what drives you versus being an educator.
Oh, I think so. That, yes, I would want to be the best. I would be very competitive in the sales world. Do you know what I'm saying? If I was choosing that, I would have to be in that 1%. But, you know, that ship has sailed in the span of my life. That doesn't hold importance to me anymore. I much prefer doing what I'm doing now, which is the reaching out, spreading it a little thinner.
Yeah, and I think that also being an educator is you are in service, like in full on service of your gifts and sharing those with the world.
Yeah.
And
I've had others to encourage me to gear towards being a keynote instead of just kind of being in the real estate box. And I have done that on occasion and been paid to do it, you know. But I'm telling you, it just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
What I do does it for me. So I don't have a desire. Yeah, I don't have a desire to go to put in the energy to get the results from that, because I'm very, very pleased with, you know, I feel like I'm pressed down and flowing over with blessings already.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what we want. I mean, you know, not everything is money in life.
No, and I also think I've that keynote stuff, because this pandemic will pass, and that involves a lot of travel for you can teach via Zoom, but I think keynote doing Zoom is not going to cut it. So, and I don't want to travel. I mean, I travel plenty. Clay the other day said, you know, you were gone 200 days, 200 nights. 2 years ago, I was gone 200 nights teaching. I'm not doing that anymore.
Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of people have come to different realizations in their life on what they want.
Oh, absolutely.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
And what
the other it didn't affect my fees. I mean, I still charged the same and people paid it. So I thought, well, this works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I love that.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So then we've decided on artist.
I think artist is the more powerful influencer than ruler.
Okay. So it'll call you to be, kind of stretches you a little bit more.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
What's interesting too is that we have a particular mindset or conversation of what an artist should be. And so you're like, oh,
that label doesn't fit me. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But I love the title. It says to confidently honor self-expression.
Which is BAM. Because that's what I want our business to do, is to create that in others. As a matter of fact, I was just sitting here looking at my desk. Oh, this is my mission statement. To employ, educate, and support Tallahassee's finest realtors.
Oh, nice.
So it doesn't have anything to do with ranking, doesn't have anything to do with competition. It's to employ, educate, and support. That's an artist. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, thank you.
It has all equality to it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Very much what I have grown this business to be and want to refine it even more. So I feel I'm not surprised at all at the results. I am surprised that I'm leaning more towards artist and away from ruler, because I do really would love a crown.
You know, artists, we wear tiaras all the time.
And that's so much better looking.
See, an artist can do whatever they want.
Well, you know, the thing that I think kind of pulls also into this alchemist thing is one of the things that our office did way before anybody else did it, is we started running these really wackadoo ads. I mean, like really wacky. During the really bad times, you know, during the 2008 to 2013, when things were just the difficult years, we stood in the front of the office, because we have a very, very good location here in Tallahassee. So the building's very recognizable. And we stood in front of the office in business attire, but we all had Superman capes tied around our things, and had a guy stand up on a ladder and shoot down at us. And we did that super woman posed.
Mhm.
Yeah, that. And it said, in times like this, everyone needs a superhero.
Oh, cute.
Oh, it was fabulous. And then it said, Ketchum Realty Group, still standing for truth, justice, and the American dream.
Oh, what a
Oh,
great tagline.
it was so awesome. So, and that was one I came up with. And so I really, to me, that fits in, that makes the artist make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, to thinking kind of that, how would that look?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay, good.
Cool. So now you kind of have something a little bit more tangible, and that makes sense
Yes.
to you. And that's why I wanted to ask you also, you know, like, what was the focus of what you're doing this course, you know, because if you were being a
Right.
realtor would be one thing, being an educator is another. So I love that.
Well, and I think in the reality is, if I had to choose between the two, I would take the education and training, but I have to have people around me for the energy, and that's a very isolated job.
Yeah. Keynote speaking is isolated.
Oh, absolutely. And so I would be miserable. So this, I'm very fortunate to found something that meets both needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, I love it. Cool. So, okay. So then, yeah. So we found the true essence of your style and, you know, what that is. So far, what, have you just gone through the archetypes so far?
I've gotten to about half of them. So, no, I haven't. I'm lying to you. I've done the alchemist, the maverick, humanitarian, which I was so ashamed, but that's so not me.
I'm
Artist.
right there with you, Patty.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I was looking at Mother Teresa and I was like, honey, I just couldn't do it. You know, bless it, but I can't do that. I'd read Ruler, obviously. I'd read Artist. I'd read Alchemist really deeply. And then I haven't done Gesture, Romantic, Innocent. I haven't done any of those.
Okay. Yeah. So it's very interesting. I would think especially, well, you know, especially with dealing with clients in real estate, because you're dealing with all kinds of clients. It's very interesting. The same with, you know, for me, working with all of my clients and understanding, oh, what their style is and this and that. So it's just really
And
fun.
also mirroring how they like to communicate, because some people, you know, you are mirroring me very well because you have picked up that I love the casual chat and let's just we're girlfriends and this is great. But other people would be much more businesslike. And if you come across, you know, girlfriends chatting, nah. Yeah. So that being aware of how other people are wired really makes a huge difference in any business, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it definitely helps, but it's really interesting. Even just looking at you, how you're dressed today, it screams artist all over you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You have this beautiful, you know, wrap or your scarf on, and it's just very, you know, it is very artistic, and it's, you know, so it's just, it's really funny how we see ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
And have to step outside of it and go, is there some of this in there?
Oh, I know, it's the absolute truth. Have you ever heard, and I think he's still on this earth, but I think he was pretty prominent in probably prior to the turn of the century. His name was David Kibbe, and he was in New York, and he would do this type of, not very similar to this. And had you ever heard of, he would do things in, for film industry and a lot of branding and figuring out what you're good at and leaving the rest alone. But, he had the gift of being able to say look at you and go, these are the colors you need to wear, which I think you would have that too. And so he was absolutely right. I to this day still follow what he said.
Yeah. I think you had
So
mentioned
free.
him before. Now that I think about it, like you had, just gonna look up here. Let me go into, it's been, I have to tell you, it was so much fun to create this course. And because we had a whole bunch of people in the first one. And then I think just with, Christmas and all of that.
Right.
But, and then like you seeing Paula, like just going through the different, curriculum and seeing the results that you could get from it were like, wow, I'm just so thrilled.
How many people did you have in that last one? Or the first?
I think there were either like eight or nine, I want to say.
Oh, that's a great group.
It was super fun. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that brings some good energy.
Yes, it was. And they kind of learned from each other too. So I'm trying to see here. Okay, so there was this one. I'm just going to look at, this was, okay, branding with archetypes. Yeah, so there is the, I guess you have access to watching the one that we did before, but I don't know that you're going to want to waste your time doing that. Of the live session and replay. Let me just see. I was just trying to find the, you have all the different branding with archetypes. So your session 4, now, do you have access to all the different chapters, modules, or you're getting?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So then, because your next one is going to be your audience and client connection.
Perfect.
So that'll be fun for you.
Yes.
And then we go into style development. And then number 6 is going to be a live session. Now, if you want to come down, I don't know if you're here at all and want to do the live session in person, we could totally do
that. Let's do that if we could, because I'm going to start going back to Orlando come March. No matter what, I'm just so over it. I can't stand it. So I'll be coming down for FRAC meetings. So would it, you want me to tell you when I'm going to be there, Nick?
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to look it up?
Sure. Yeah, we could put it on the books.
Oh, that would be fabulous.
Because that way you're not necessarily watching.
Right.
You're not watching somebody else get made up. You're watching you.
I know, it'd be so good.
Yeah. I was going to say, and if you want to, you could, depending on what time, we could even leave it a little bit more, if you're watching, like setting the stage of your office, or what we can do is the last one, actually the last live session, never mind. You can come down, we'll do that whole thing. And then the live session is when you're on camera, we're tweaking everything, all of that.
Right. Okay. And I'm looking forward to that. Because what is this making all these blotchy white things on my face? See that?
It might be the lighting. It could also be, there might be like different things that, it could be a variety.
I think it's a ring light. I'll turn this thing off. And I've got like the shadow box. I mean, I'm like, okay, I turned the ring light on.
Okay.
But because I really do. I want to rely on you to look at this and go, okay, you need to put in a drape behind you because this is too much clutter if that's the case. And do you know what I'm saying? Really get tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you'll see in the different sessions when you watch them, like the setting the stage with your office and the blocking the shot and all of that. And because we talk about like webcams and all of those different things too.
Okay, super. Yeah. How's your calendar for March 15th?
Let's actually, let me pull it up in my phone. What day is that?
It's a Monday.
Oh,
Or
perfect.
going closed Monday, aren't you?
No. I'm open.
Oh,
Yeah, that's kind of like my day. I love my Mondays.
okay.
So March 15th, you said?
Yes.
Let's see.
And I could probably do it anytime from noon on.
Okay. Is it better for you in the morning or in the afternoon?
It'll have to be anytime from 12 on, so that
Okay.
I can, that's gonna be it. I'll travel down that morning.
Oh, okay, sure. Did you want to, I mean, do you eat lunch before you do that or?
No, I mean, I'm totally flexible.
Okay, so I can put you right at 12 o'clock then.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
And I think you're in a new studio now, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. And the lighting is so good too. So
Oh, great.
let's see.
The first time I ever came in, y'all were in that little tiny place when you first turned into Winter Park.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
The
wow.
tall, the skinny place
The
before you moved near the railroad tracks.
Yeah, that was over on Fairbanks.
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow. Gosh, I can't believe I've known you that long.
Oh, you haven't. I was a stalker. I read about it. I'd read about it in Southern Living, and I thought, okay, I got to go check this place out.
Oh, yes.
So I visited several times and bought your products before we ever had a chance to meet.
I love it. Now it's going to show up. You're probably going to get a confirmation. It might show up with the price and everything. Just ignore that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I can change that on here. So.
And I've done the eyebrows, not the microblading, but it's called soft something. I don't remember what they call it.
Okay.
But these are real. These are real now.
Okay.
So we don't need to worry about eyebrows.
Good.
And I've had the lips dyed.
Wow, you've been busy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm doing tattoo eyeliner.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm dead serious on this.
You
we have a limited amount of time here, Leslie.
I love it. Yeah, you should probably, let's see, pick appointment type. Where is that? Okay. There we go. So you'll probably get a text confirmation.
Okay.
12 o'clock on the 15th of March.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
That's perfect for me.
Yeah. So
and that'll take the place of our Zoom live session.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So that'll be perfect. Now, if you have any questions, like kind of going through the process, just let me know and we can hop on Zoom. That's not a problem.
Okay, good.
Because it'll be, I mean, I'm thinking it'll be before this session here. So, you know, if you want to, because this one, I think it ends at the end of next month. February, I think is when it is. I'd have to look at the dates. But so if you want, you know, just kind of go through and you can just give me a jingle and say, hey, let's, I do have some questions about this and that. Because we can, always, you know, kind of reverse things too. But it's
okay. All right. That would be great.
I love it.
So the next live, are we still wanting to keep Thursday, February 4th?
So, well, that's the one that I was going to mention to you. If you feel like you have some things to discuss, then just let me know and we can hop on.
Okay. If you don't hear from me, do you want to just skip that one?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So I'll contact you if I need a pick.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm trying to find. It does not. Let's see. Your audience and okay, branding with archetypes live session. I'm trying to find. It does not have the Zoom link or anything in here.
No, and I can't, and I could feel this rising anxiety trying to make sure I didn't miss it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
okay. I need to add that. Have Tabitha
okay.
do that tomorrow. Thank you for mentioning that. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Very good.
All right. So I think we're in good shape. And
I think so.
Just a couple of things that I know from doing this and from being on TV and then watching it, my makeup will just, I don't think I'm a sweater. I swear I'm not a sweater, but it's like it won't stay.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like at the beginning of class, or we've done some 48 hours at Dateline in 2020 from the gentleman that got murdered.
Mm.
And I look at myself on that TV, and I mean, I've ugly cried like Oprah Winfrey ugly cries on TV. And I'm telling you, even before I start sobbing hysterically, it's like I don't have makeup on at all.
Huh.
So that's where I need some guidance on that.
Well, there is, if you can look, because I did a whole makeover in the course. So
Okay.
you just go through the different chapters in there.
Okay.
And watch that one and see, because she's actually a realtor that I used as a model, and she even had some bruising from some fillers that she had done.
Right.
So we had to do a little bit of extra coverage. So there may be some tips in there, because you and I have never really done like an on camera look.
No, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So yeah, look and see, because there might be some information in there that I teach that might help you out. Yeah.
Okay,
if
great.
not, then we'll definitely address that with maybe some of the things that are happening to give you more longevity.
Yeah. Okay, and that's exactly, because a lot of times my presentations are 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, you know, you get a lunch break and you can go freshen up, but unfortunately what happens at the lunch break is people want to come up and talk to you.
Yes.
So even though you have this fabulous idea that you'll go refresh at lunch, a lot of times that's not really an option. Right. And granted, you can do the filter thing on Zoom, which I love, but I'll be doing a lot of hybrid teaching.
Yes.
So you're in live classroom and on camera at the same time. And so I've got to be able to deliver the goods as best I can like that. Mm-hmm. In reference to the makeup and that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll jump forward and watch that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watch that and see, because if you have access to all the different sessions, then you'll see it on there, and watch that. Okay. If it helps you. Okay,
that sounds good. That sounds really good. Okay, thank you for your time.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was a blast. I always love chatting with you and spending time. So yeah.
Well, thank you. And thank you. I have not had a chance to dive very deep. I've just poked at it. I can't even pronounce it, but the series you did of 11 people in 11 days, wasn't that what it was?
My Beauty Dharma Summit.
Oh my gosh. So I've started watching that, but I so appreciate being able to watch it on my own time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think that's awesome, because it's really interesting to see the different personalities and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, I mean, it was definitely a labor of love to do that. And it was exhausting. It was so much work to do that.
I bet it was.
But it was really, there were some really beautiful conversations that came out of that.
Really I bet.
Conversations. Yeah. What, you know, beauty means to us, and when did we discover our beauty? And so I just wanted something that was just so much deeper than what we see out there in the world of the conversation of beauty. Not sure.
Well, and you mentioned this in one of your intros, but about this YouTube and where these younger women are being raised that if you put this red here, you're just going to look fabulous, and if they don't look like that you're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so proud of you just taking people the way they are and enhancing what they have.
That's the goal. That's what.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what we strive to do in life, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it is. It sure is. So good job. Keep it up.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yes, I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this thing, but it's just been really, really fun. And I truly enjoyed it. And I learned how to put on a summit, which was unbelievably, it's so many moving components. So kind of learning how to do that now. And I'll probably do a different type of summit, but I would really love to continue the whole beauty dharma conversation, to take it.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. And I think people are hungry for it. Mm-hmm. They truly are. And you and I think the last time we left off, which feels like a lifetime ago, was I would love to take my office, the females in my office, and introduce them somehow to this concept. Mm-hmm. So, be kind of pondering on that, because I think with this Zoom now, it opens up a whole lot of possibilities.
Yes. Yeah.
So that, because I have young moms, and as much as I'd love to say, I'll treat everybody to a trip to Orlando, that it's not an option for them.
Right.
So,
right.
I think there's a huge need for that. Mm-hmm.
Well, think about how it might be convenient for you to position it, or, I'll take a little road trip and go up to Tallahassee. And
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I tell you what you'll have to do is I have been introduced to the most wonderful thing. It's called Drag Queen Bingo. Oh my gosh.
What is Drag Queen Bingo?
Okay. So my assistant is gay, and he and his husband, I just adore them. Clay and I just adore them. And one day he said, I said, what are you doing this evening? He said, I'm going to Drag Queen Bingo. And I went, what? And he said, Drag Queen Bingo. And I said, spell it. Okay, what is this? And so his name's Zach, but we call him Mr. Wonderful because he is. And he said, oh, it's down at this place, south of the Capitol. And he said it's bingo. I mean, you buy bingo cards, and there's these two drag queens. One is the most special one, and then there's the assistant drag queen, and they call the bingo.
Fun.
And they sing periodically and perform, and have little contests and stuff. But Leslie, I mean, you were done by dark. Everybody sits out in lawn chairs, and they have a food truck that comes.
Oh, it's like outside.
And, oh, it is the most fun. And then all the proceeds go to this, Pride thing. It's a fundraiser for them. It is the most fun. It was so much fun that one of my associates was president of the Board of Realtors last year. And her husband died 3 months after she went into office, very unexpectedly. And I mean, and she owns my heart. I just love her. She's been with me forever. And so the way Tallahassee Board of Realtors works is at the end of your presidential year, your year as president of the board, you have a gala, and you pick up a charity, and you have a party and raise money for this charity, and it's your swan song. Well, Leah's husband isn't going to be there. I mean, it's just like, oh. So I said, Zach, we've got to make this really different. So we hired, because of course Zach knew the drag queen.
Yeah.
And so we hired her to crash the gala and be the MC.
Oh my God, how awesome.
Oh, it was perfection, because it would have been so easy for it to be so sad.
Yeah.
Yes. And it would have been so hard to just keep it normal that you had to like overcompensate.
Yes. Yes.
So yes, so now the drag queen, and I can't remember her name, but she loves us. And we're trying to help them find housing for transgender youth.
Nice.
Because a lot of them are in bad
Yes.
situations.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And so it's just, life is so friggin' interesting. Never in my life did I think I would be involved in, you know, all this variety of things. So, but yes, we'll try to, when you come to Tallahassee, we'll definitely do it when they're doing drag queen bingo, because it is absolutely worth the trip.
Well, that sounds great. I could come up on a Sunday if they have it on a Sunday, and then I'll spend the night and then do it maybe on a Monday or something. That could be fun. Yeah.
Oh, and we'll get the whole office and go down there, and you know, you could just play with us, and it'll be fabulous.
Oh, that I would love that. That would be just a wonderful one.
It is true, and of course, you know, they're performing, and people are putting dollar bills, you know, their stuff. But I mean, there were even kids down there, but I thought, nah, you shouldn't be doing this. But you know, it's outside. It's you know, when the weather's great, and you play bingo.
Yeah, that's beautiful.